y'all, it's a4J
plus Mango,
and we have one for y'all today. We're making winter melon soup.
Winter is coming. Ooh.
Indeed, Mango. Autumn just begun, so we're kicking it off with some soup now that the temperature's dropped a bit. So let's start with about a pound of winter melon.
That looks like a giant honeydew melon.
Oh, good comparison. It's actually similar, but just not as sweet. Winter melon is a lot more subtle, and this is actually about a sixth of the actual size.
I see. I remember seeing these at Auntie's house. It's amazing how these giant melons grow from little vines. Make sure you take out all those seeds and stringy stuff.
Yep, I got it. Now winter melon has a pretty thick, waxy skin, so we need to cut off a good layer of it.
Mom, be careful slicing it in the air. You should use a cutting board.
Ooh, right. Great idea. This is way easier and a lot safer. So generally, more of the winter melon skin is removed because it's pretty hard. But Mom likes to eat the soft and hard texture of winter melon, so it's really up to you how much you want to remove. Now just chop it into 1 to 2 inch pieces. The smaller you cut it, the faster it'll cook. Some of the winter melon will fall off during the cooking, so cut it a little bigger than what you want the actual size to be. Again, it's up to you. It's no big deal.
Whoa, Mommy! You cut up a lot of winter melon.
Yeah, this is probably a bit more than I should use, but it's okay. More substance to eat with the soup. Now here's about 1/4 to half a pound of spare ribs. It's optional, but I recommend it because it helps give more flavor to the soup. I mean, any meat with bones is what gives broth really good flavor.
I hear you, Mom. Can I help cut those ribs into 1 inch pieces, please? I know how to do it. It's so easy. Just cut after each rib.
Thanks, Mangs. Alright, sweet. We got our cut up winter melon, trimmed spare ribs, and homemade broth. Mummy had some leftover broth that I made the other day, but you can make it by cooking some chicken or pork bones with onions and carrots for a few hours. It takes a while, so I didn't really focus on that here. Worst case scenario, you could use canned broth. On our stovetop, let's add about 6 cups of broth into the pot. I didn't have enough, so Mummy just added a bit of water. We can also throw in our spare ribs straight into the pot and turn the heat onto high until it boils. So while the soup is boiling, we can skim off the fat and foamy stuff. It'll collect to one side, making it easier to skim off.
That looks like a lot of work, Mom. Why would you want to get rid of all that yummy goodness anyway?
Oh, Mango, you have a lot to learn. Think about it. If we were to serve this at a restaurant, most people would be like, "Ew, what's all this fat and bitter particles doing in my soup?"
I see. That was a funny accent, Mom. So once our broth simmers for about 10 to 15 minutes and draws out the spare rib flavors, we add our own seasoning. I think Mom threw in about half a teaspoon of salt and pepper.
Yep. The seasoning is pretty simple and basic because we want all our flavors to come from the broth itself. We can add some chicken bouillon to help enhance the flavor further. Measurements for this is really up to you. You have to taste it and adjust to your liking. I recommend a tad more salt since we haven't added our winter melon yet. But again, we have to keep tasting and adjusting until it's just right.
Oh, like Goldilocks and the 3 bears.
Sure, I guess so. Once our soup is just right, in terms of flavor, carefully add the winter melon or it'll splash everywhere. We'll have to increase the temperature again until it boils, then reduce to simmer again to cook the winter melon. It'll take about 5 to 10 minutes or so just until the melon is soft and almost fork tender. Another way to test if the soup is done is once the winter melon becomes a little more translucent. About here is when Mom turned off the heat and prepared to serve.
Pretending like I don't like soupy soup. Oh, hi Mom. We're ready to eat?
Yes, Mango, it's really hot. Let me just give the spoonful a quick blow to cool it off. Here you go.
Ooh. Yum. Delicious. Broth is so light, but I can still taste the meaty flavor and the sweet winter meloniness.
Aw, awesome. I'm glad you like the dang goi tongue.
Eh? Oh, winter melon soup in Chinese.
Check out our website at a4J.com for a blog post on winter melon soup, Tang, and get a free copy of this hand-lettered recipe. That's all for Jean and Mango.